I have a question for Christians. What good thing has God ever done? In the beginning, God cursed all generations of humanity to live in a fallen world of sin and sickness and death simply because Adam and Eve ate a fruit that God told them not to eat when God withheld from them the knowledge of good and evil. And it wasn't long before God was so disgusted with his own creation, he said he was sorry that he had made man. And so he sent a flood to end the life of all humanity except for 8 people. Then when humanity began to work together in unity and harmony and building a city and a large tower, God came down and said, "This is unacceptable. These people could become very powerful if they worked together in unity. So let's cause great division and confusion and divide them up and scatter them throughout the world so that they can't work together." Somewhere along the way, there was a man named Job who had everything going for him with wealth and wisdom and prosperity. So God offered up Job to Satan and said, "Go take away everything he has and cause great pain and suffering and anguish, and let's see how he responds." Then we have God's favorite person of all time, a man named Abraham, who was willing to sacrifice his own son to God. So God promises to make a great nation out of the descendants of Abraham, and they multiply greatly while they are slaves in Egypt. When God brought his chosen people out of Egyptian slavery, he punished them and caused them to wander in a barren wasteland for 40 years, and he punished them again for complaining about their situation. When their punishment was over, God caused mass genocide of men, women, and children throughout the land of Canaan so that he could take away their land and give it to his chosen people. The Israelites could not satisfy God in the promised land, so God destroyed all 12 tribes of Israel, scattered them throughout the world, and carried them away into slavery. Again. So God sends his only begotten Son from heaven, and the Israelites beat him with whips and chains until his bones are exposed. And then they crucified the Son of God in accordance with God's predetermined plan, because the shedding of the innocent blood of the Son of God was God's best idea to demonstrate his understanding of love. And whoever does not believe that this is God's plan of redemption for humanity, they will burn in an everlasting fire where there is weeping and gnashing of teeth, where the worm never dies. But for those who can endure the pain and suffering and anguish and threats of this life until the end, and still proclaim the goodness of God, they will receive a crown of life in the glorious home of heaven, but the path is narrow, and there are only a few who find it. And so again I ask, what good thing has God ever done?